We're currently stuck in the nostalgia era of Hollywood. Remember that old movie you liked a lot from 20 years ago? Yeah, we're gonna take that and remake it. We're gonna slap a fresh coat of paint on it. These nostalgia sequels or remakes usually fall into one of two camps. The first is where the company has no idea what actually made the original an amazing movie, so they update the VFX and change it for modern audiences, in the process wrecking the legacy of the original and calling it a day. Disney absolutely owns this camp. The second is the much more rare camp where the new filmmakers try to honor the original while updating or continuing the story. Think of Dune, Planet of the Apes, Ocean's 11, Top Gun Maverick, It, or The Thing from 1982, which itself has now gotten a remake that falls back into Camp 1. Luckily for us, Twisters falls into the second camp. Joseph Kosinski, the writer of this movie, who also happened to write and direct Top Gun Maverick, seems to have a good grasp on how to honor the original and update the new movie into today's world without destroying its legacy. The movie starts off with Kate and her crew getting ready to chase a tornado. They are doing an experiment to see if they can manage to choke out a tornado. This is actually a pretty cool idea since you can't stop them from happening, but what if you could get a tornado to stop as quickly as possible and minimize the damage it would cause? They are still young and naive, happy and innocent with their whole lives ahead. Instead of finding an EF1 tornado to try their experiment on, they happen to run into an EF5 tornado. As you'd expect, things go horribly wrong and Kate and Hubby end up being the only survivors. It's 5 years later and Kate has moved to New York. She works some desk job mostly because it's boring and safe. It's clear that the event from 5 years ago wrecked her confidence in being out amongst the storms. Hubby visits her and tells her of this great opportunity to 3D map tornadoes. His startup has managed to secure the use of some revolutionary mapping equipment.
Phased array radar, PAR.
Leveled up from Dorothy.
Many levels.
They now just need to know where to place them.
What if we point this thing at a tornado?
Never be able to get it close enough.
The military, they came up with portable units. We can use this data to save lives back home.
She reluctantly agrees to help and they're off to Oklahoma. It seems like there is a lot of storm activity and it attracts pretty much every storm chaser in the area, including Tyler and his team of tornado wranglers. They are a popular group of YouTube hillbillies chasing tornadoes and enjoying the hell out of it. Tyler is the handsome as fuck and charismatic leader of the group.
And if you feel it,
Tornado nerd! Start!
it's gonna make it taste better. You got stuff.
While they are entertaining the crowd, Kate and the Storm Part team are getting ready to go chase their first tornado. We learn that Harvey's got some wealthy backers, a crack team of super educated people,
Got the whole alphabet.
and they are ready to get this revolutionary data. We also learn that the new Superman is a dick.
He makes up for it with his beautiful, amazing personality.
They are all off to chase their first tornado.
We want the cells to the west.
Kate was spot on with which one to chase, but gets cold feet when she gets confronted with the tornado up close and personal. Fair enough, since the last time she encountered a tornado, 4 people died. Tyler, on the other hand, is crazy and drives straight into the tornado and launches a bunch of fireworks inside it.
His harness is on.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite part.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Can you shoot fireworks up a tornado? And the answer is yes.
Yeehaw! We get a little bit of a backstory on Tyler and his team.
Where'd you guys all meet?
Tyler, he studied meteorology.
Where are you chasing tomorrow?
Oh, no. Not falling for that again. Kate's from New York.
You can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt.
The next morning we get some friendly competition to see who gets to the next one first. We also get to see that Harvey had to compromise to get his funding. Turns out getting the tornado data is only one part of the Storm Power objectives. The other part is getting the info of the people and communities that got hit by tornadoes and giving that data to wealthy property developers. Misery makes money, I guess. The next tornado they chase turns out to be twins and they diverge. Kate, being the tornado whisperer, chooses one side and Tyler and his team chooses the other side. Tyler chooses wrong.
We should have went with her.
This time Kate keeps it together and they get all 3 devices down. The devices start mapping the tornado, but since their anchors are poorly designed, the tornado almost immediately rips the device out of the ground. Things get a little hairy and some chickens get sent to KFC heaven. That tornado goes on to destroy a close-by town. They go to help the people there. Kate thinks Tyler is a douche, while he thinks Stormpar is awful for what they are doing.
No, Stormpar was in the business of helping.
What? What are you talking
How
about?
much more of these people gotta lose before y'all done making a difference?
Sorry, says the guy setting up shop, selling t-shirts and mugs after storms hit.
Here, take some food.
Oh, don't have any cash.
That's free. That's why we're always selling those t-shirts.
Oh.
Tyler brings Kate a peace-offering pizza and takes her to a rodeo nearby.
Oh, the tornado wrangler is scared of tornadoes.
As luck would have it, a tornado hits that little town. They go swimming in the pool in order to survive. Javi and the Stormpar crew gets there right after the storm dissipates. He's a bit of an ass to Kate. Kate needs to recompose herself and goes home. Her mom tells her that things aren't getting better weather-wise and she's still waiting on her to save the world. Tyler visits her there and they decide to retry her idea, updated with data from current tornado models. In theory it works.
We never had a chance.
You want one?
They go test it practically and it doesn't work. Well shit. Why not? What did they miss? Are the models outdated? Turns out, yes.
It's not working.
Hungry?
What if it's the model that's the problem?
Kate asks Javi to help them and for the data from their new devices, and he agrees to give the data to her but not to help them. They check this new data and realize that the current models are still lacking many details.
Our moisture numbers are off.
So we need to make it rain.
Yeah, silver iodide. No faster way to choke a tornado.
Tyler gets his crew together and a prep montage happens.
The tornado.
And we're gonna deliver it to
They set off to go chase another tornado. Luckily for them, they run into a nasty tornado that decides to become a fire-nado. The fire-nado throws Javi's truck around a bit, but through some very fortuitous circumstances, his truck gets knocked back on its wheels. They all race away from the tornado and realize it's gonna hit another small town. They go to assist the people there. Javi finally wakes up to what he's doing and instead also goes to help the people in the town. The new Superman is still a dick.
I don't care about the people. Stop the truck, Javi. Stop the damn truck. We're done. Damn it, Javi.
The town isn't ready for it, and with a lot of people, including Tyler's crew and Javi, stuck in a local movie theater, Kate knows people are going to die there. I guess there's no better time to try that theory, right? She decides to borrow Tyler's truck and go test their new theory on this massive tornado. Some crazy VFX sequences later, their theory worked and they managed to choke out the tornado before it could destroy the town. They did it! The boy is a bit slow.
I like that.
Still not telling me when you're coming back?
This could be it.
Can't tell if you're joking or not.
Maybe if you feel it, you should chase it.
Oh, come on. Seriously? Attaboy.
But finally gets the girl. Through the end credits, we see Ben wrote an incredible article, and that Javi, Tyler, and Kate have teamed up to get their storm choking system financed, without compromises this time. The end. When this film was released, the director, Lee Isaac Chung, shocked a lot of the mainstream media when he declared that this film would not pander to anyone and that they weren't tackling climate change with this film. It was a summer blockbuster and it was meant to be enjoyed as that, not a sermon. That was a very refreshing take from a modern director. It turned out that this movie actually honored the original's legacy and built on it. Holy shit, what a rarity in modern Hollywood. True to the director's promise, this movie isn't preachy, but very entertaining. The two leads play well off each other and the movie makes it clear that they are both very good at what they do. A great example is this scene.
What do you see?
Pulling tons of warm, moist air from the south.
And when that warm air and moisture busts through the cap, it explodes in the atmosphere, creating an anvil. The vertical wind shear begins to rotate the updraft, forming a mesocyclone.
Here's the mystery.
We don't know how a tornado forms. We see the hook on the radar, but
What are all the invisible factors coming together? Every little detail that
it has to be perfect.
It was great to see the different types of personalities of characters and the fun interplay. Tyler is the crazy, balls-to-the-walls one with no inhibitions when it comes to the tornadoes.
Can you shoot fireworks up a tornado? And the answer is yes.
Kate acts as the opposite, being much more cautious and meticulous in her approach. She gets him to take more cognizance of what he's doing as the movie progresses.
And then the sodium polyacrylate, we need a lot of it, would pull the water from the storm.
And he helps her get back on the proverbial horse.
Hold on.
Oh, Tyler, this is dumb.
Tyler finds her old idea to be awesome, but lacking in real-world data. And instead of shitting on that old data, they work together and come up with a new, updated and improved model through teamwork. Harvey is the ambitious one. After the initial incident, he joined the military and worked his way up, to the point of getting his own startup going. However, his ambitions have muddled his integrity. Through the movie, Kate manages to get him back to the better person he was before.
That was amazing, Kay. How did you even know that?
We've got to help.
You were right back there. It's good that we came to help. I'm giving this to her. What does it look like?
Come on, Kate! Left! I'll check the other side!
Ben acts as the audience surrogate here, asking the questions we also sometimes have, and some of the reactions we'd probably have too. I like Dexter. He shows that you never have to grow out of being a nerd if you don't want to. The new Superman is still a dick. He learns nothing. I don't find Daisy Edgar-Jones to be the best actress I've ever seen. She's not awful though, and very enjoyable in this movie. Her and Glen's chemistry was great and refreshing in this day and age.
Thought it'd be nice for you to see something good. Want to take you somewhere.
You know, I grew up on a farm. Yeah, it's a pulp buck. I don't want Everybody come with me!
All right, follow her.
He's gonna give us something, come on!
Glen Powell is great as the charismatic leading man and is definitely having a bit of a moment with all the movies he's appearing in. You could say we're in the Glenaissance.
I'll show myself out.
The way in which they honored the original was awesome. In the beginning, they team as one of the old Dorothys, showing how well they were made. That also showed how little progress had been made with tornado mapping in the subsequent years, showing just how ahead of their time Bill and Joe were. They also don't just shit on the old way of how they map tornadoes, but upgrade it in a clever and technologically relevant way. The 3D mapping of the tornado is a great upgrade. Some of the other awesome callbacks include, but are not limited to, Kate being a tornado whisperer, just like Bill was. Tyler's whole crew absolutely loving what they're doing, just like Joe's crew. We even get a quiet evening's respite from all the storm chasing go completely off the rails, when Tyler and Kate go to the rodeo and get rudely interrupted by the tornado. Same thing happened in the original when they stopped at the drive-in theater for a movie and a shower, only to be interrupted by a tornado destroying everything around them. Tyler drives the big-ass red Ram truck, same as Bill did. There's also a few other sneakier scenes that directly call back to the original without being absolute rip-offs. The only disappointment? No flying cows in this one. The most unrealistic part of this film? That all the modern day Stellantis trucks and SUVs held up throughout this movie without needing repairs. No current day Dodge or Ram vehicle would make it through all that without breaking down. The movie had some great visual upgrades to the original, and while it was very impressive, shows just how well the original was made and still holds up today. ILM was the VFX company behind the groundbreaking original, and it was just fitting that they take this one for a spin as well. The Firenado looked awesome, and my favorite shot of this whole movie is this. Can you imagine watching that film? That would be the single most interactive movie of your life. Forget VR. This one will literally blow you away. Did I enjoy it? Hell yeah! Will you? I mean, do you like movies? Yes? Then hell yeah! If you can, try to catch this one while still in theaters. It's one of those old school blockbusters that you need to experience with a screen the size of a small apartment block, and the sound so loud your eardrums bleed at the end while cheering with a crowd of other movie lovers. But if you don't manage to, definitely keep a Friday night open for this one. It's a blast!
I thought you were going to.
Brilliant.
And on that bombshell, that's me signing off.